Hello everyone, I'm Harrison Kelly and this is Scroll Sidelines. Welcome back to the show. We have a loaded panel today. Of course, we've got Addie Dyer, Hadley Seaman, myself, Lindsay Belknap, but we've got special guest Austin Pace all the way from Pace's Playbook, where we're gonna be talking a little bit about BYU football. But first, we're gonna go to Addie Dyer, who has the intramural update for the day. What do you got?
Well, last Saturday, October 11th, we had our first intramural football games of the season at the BYUI football stadium. And this first game, it was actually a pretty big game. It was the True Blue Bowl game as kind of a part of like the Spirit Week so the teams that played for the Blue Bowl were the Vikings and the Bruins. And wow, was it a game. We had a wonderful turnout. Had so many people show up in blue with all that like school spirit. It was just a blast. Even though it was freezing and raining, we had a great turnout and it was so much fun. The final score of the game was Bruins 13, Vikings 2. The Bruins had an amazing offense and defense. They were just amazing. They killed it on the field. So we actually had another game that also took place that day, the Hurricanes against the Spartans, and the Spartans beated the Hurricanes 20-13. And we have football games for the next 3 weeks too, so if you guys did not go to the first or second games, you guys definitely should go to the next one. Have you all been to any of the games yet?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I
Harrison has, yeah.
I went to both the games
Same.
last weekend. Did you guys go to any of the games?
I didn't, no. I was nice and cozy in my house because it was really cold.
Well, me and Harrison were freezing on the field.
It was cold. Thankfully, I had my pullover. It was great.
Yeah, they did amazing.
The first game was good. I think it was a heavily defensive game.
Yes, it was.
The offense couldn't get the Vikings and the Bruins couldn't get much done offensively. But what I love about the intramurals here at BYU-Idaho is there's a lot, they're focused on being brothers and being united.
Yes.
In fact, I think the league's motto is united as one. It's on the back of the Bruins and the Vikings jerseys. And what I did see throughout the game was opposing members picking each other up off the field, patting each other off. I know the Vikings had a ton of injuries. They had probably like 6 or 7 injuries in that game. It was really sad, but we all knelt together. We were all united together. And then at the end of the game, both teams did come together. And I think this happened as well with the Spartans and the Hurricanes. I watched most of their game. I didn't watch the end of it, but at the end of the game, everyone came together and they we're just one as brothers. It was cool.
It's amazing. I love their relationships. It's just it's so wonderful to watch.
Yeah, and for you guys, I think you guys definitely should go check out the intramural football team here, the teams here at BYU-Idaho, because it's 9-man football.
Yeah.
And so it's faster paced. Traditionally, football is 11-man. You know, you got 11 men on the field, offense and defense. But with 9 men, it's a little bit faster paced. There's your defense has less area to cover. It's just a faster game. It's a lot of fun.
I had no idea.
Yeah.
I had no idea it was a 9-man game.
Yeah.
That does make it, I guess, more intense than.
It does.
Yes.
I like 9-man football. It's a lot of fun. So, yeah, go check out the future games.
Yes, please go.
So, all right. Well, we'll turn our heads to Lindsay. You went and checked out volleyball.
I did, intramural volleyball. I had the opportunity to head over to the I Center last Thursday, and I basically interviewed a bunch of the women volleyball players, and actually for that night it was Pink Out, so it was actually in honor of breast cancer awareness, and I actually have a video for that, so let's take a look.
Hi, my name is Lindsay Belknap. I'm with Scroll Sidelines, and you might be wondering why I'm wearing this pink Hawaiian shirt. It's because we're here today at the I Center where volleyball is playing for Pink Out, which is basically in honor of breast cancer awareness. Let's go interview some players and see how they're feeling about everything. All right, what is your name?
My name's Natalie.
Mary Briggs.
I'm Hallie Webb.
Sophia Hammond.
And what position do you play?
I'm an outside hitter. I play outside and middle.
I play right side and outside.
Okay, and then what does that exactly entail? Like, what does that position do?
An outside hitter pretty much does everything. We play defense, we serve, We hit, we block, so very versatile, very well-rounded player.
Outside, we get a lot of the sets to hit, especially out of system, and middle, we're big on blocking and getting kills. So, right side, I just hit on the right side of the net and play defense right back.
What would be like a celebration move you hit, like if you like score a point or I guess win a set?
I honestly just throw my hands up in the air and I scream really loud.
You want to demonstrate that?
Yeah, let's go!
Perfect.
Oh, I do this weird jump thing. I don't know why I developed it, but if it's like a good point, I'll just like.
Okay, wow, that was good. Wait, no, that was good. Thanks. This is Lindsay Belknap reporting for Scroll Sidelines.
So yeah, I mean, it was honestly really fun interviewing them. They just were so ecstatic and they were so fun to watch too. I mean, I personally have never really like sat down and like watched a game of volleyball, but like it was so like fun and intense because like everyone was just like running around and there was tons of saves too that just like, I don't know, it was so crazy and fun to watch. And so yeah, go check out volleyball. It's Tuesdays and Thursdays at 6 in the I Center. So yeah.
Yeah, they also have pickup games at the Ice Center. I know
too.
that. And then they play Kings, which is a volleyball, like, it's kind of like a game of volleyball where you have like 3 people lined up and they have lines. And then they go and you play 3-on-3 and then you switch sides and it's really intense. That's a fun game to play there. But then they also have the volleyball leagues and they have the competitive league. And yeah, we'll be talking more throughout their season about that league. And yeah, thanks for doing that. Looks like a lot of fun.
Yeah.
Have you guys played any sport particularly? Like, do you have any like celly that you do, like celebration? Because apparently they're talking about their
I mean,
celebrations.
that was a pretty crazy move.
Yeah, you guys do
but I
anything?
enjoyed it.
Like in football, they spin the ball, but
So I had one. I played all different kinds of sports, but this one is specifically for basketball.
Okay.
I'm from Arizona. I played Junior Suns, and our team was invited to go play halftime at a Phoenix Suns game against another team. It was just one of those like fun, silly, throw the 6th graders on the court, right? I was feeling confident before the game. I told my dad, I'm gonna make an NBA 3-pointer as a little 6th grader, okay, in front of thousands of fans. So that's like the first shot I take. Like we get the ball, and it is literally the first shot I take, and I drained it. And it was one of those where I didn't know what to do, so I threw the 3s up. And it's just been a celebration. Like any bucket, it's a 2, a 3, a layup. I'm like, yeah! It's the exact same every time.
the Phoenix Suns were looking at you like, man, we should have drafted that kid.
It was when the Suns were horrible too. So I could have played.
He's the hope for the team.
Yes.
What, you were 6th grade?
Yeah, 6th grade.
Little 6th graders saving our team. That's awesome. That's great. Yeah, celebrations are fun. I know the Gritty was huge. That was started by the Eagles. You know. Yeah, celebrations are great. Well, we now move on to the BYU-Arizona game. Crazy game, by the way. Nail-biting game. They barely survived Arizona. And I'll be honest, I was sitting in the watch party, because I went to the watch party at MC.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh my gosh, towards the end of the game, I was like, my spread is coming alive. It was like 24-17, wasn't it? And I was like, BYU needs 2 more touchdowns, and my spread is right, and it's perfect. They went into overtime and it ruined my spread. But my spread was close. I'm just saying.
Who was the closest though? Because we all made predictions.
It was it turned out 33-27.
Yeah.
Right?
I mean, I did say 35-33, so.
You did. That was pretty close.
I think I won.
Yeah, no, you were pretty close. I was pretty close.
I'm
We were both
curious.
pretty
What did you guys predict?
It was, oh man.
I think you said 27-24, Harrison.
I said 27-24. You said
35-33.
45-37.
I think it was like 48-37, something. It was big.
It was the first numbers I thought of.
No defense in this game. Actually, that's the opposite. There was a lot of defense in this game. So much so that the Cougars didn't even score their drives during the 2nd and 3rd quarters. But yeah, our predictions were pretty close. The game was a nail biter. Went into double overtime. So some key takeaways from the game that I just wanted to talk about were the Bear Bachmeier had a total rushing yards at 89 yards. And he had 22 carries. He's basically like a running back. And towards the end of the game, especially in overtime, they were just like, well, I guess we'll run Bear up the middle. He's going up the middle. And they would get, they'd get quite a few yards every try. And so they kind of stuck with that, especially. And then we had LJ Martin. He scored 1 touchdown, and he had a career high rushing of 162 yards, which is absolutely insane. And he leads the Big 12.
Yeah, leads the Big 12 in rushing yards.
In
per
rushing
game.
yards. Yeah, so Austin, I want to talk to you. So given Arizona's defense, the Cougars and the Cougars offense, what were your takeaways from the game? Like, what did you see?
First, you have to give credit where credit's due. Arizona played a heck of a game.
They did.
It was hard, because you look at the aggregate record, the 4-2 Arizona Wildcats. They've just been blown out game after game, especially when it comes to the Big 12. So it was one of those games where you're going in thinking, oh yeah, this is an easy win. BYU decided to sit Jack Kelly, who had suffered an upper body injury. They never really specified what it was. Upper body injury the week before. I think that was, the perfect time for it to happen. Before this game, I was like, all right, yeah, they won't need Jack Kelly. They're really deep in their roster. They don't need him to beat the Arizona Wildcats, whose fans don't even show up for their games. And then you see Fafita throw for 219 yards. Where did this quarterback come from for Arizona? Who is he? It was just one of those. I wasn't expecting a good game. I was thinking BYU is gonna roll.
I did too.
But Arizona really came out fighting, and I think that is where a lot of the credit needs to go. It wasn't that BYU played bad. It was more that Arizona played really well.
Arizona's defense was incredible. And I think that's why we saw that lack of scoring in the second and third quarter.
Yeah.
Those scoreless drives were key for Arizona to really come out on top, especially in the third and fourth quarter. And then BYU just by a miracle came back to bring it in overtime, double overtime, for that fact. But I want to ask you, that targeting call on, remind me his name. I can't remember the player. He was an offensive lineman for BYU.
Oh my gosh.
I know.
Exactly what
It's
you're
on the
talking
tip
about.
of my tongue. I wanted
because
to talk
Isaiah
about this.
Glasgow was also called for
Right,
one.
he was called for one.
That's the only person that's coming to mind. But I know who you're talking about.
Anyway, they're down offensive linemen going into Utah for the first half of the game. And again, the Holy War is literally this weekend. And the odds, you know what's crazy? FanDuel has the odds on Utah, 3.5 points. And so we're in Lavelle's house. We're in Lavelle Edwards Stadium. So there's a little bit of a home advantage. But again, we're playing Utah. And
Okay.
it's a Holy War game.
Sorry, but I think with the Holy War, Utah is out for blood.
They are out for blood.
Well, okay, because I think I saw clips of fans themselves posting on TikTok and Instagram, literally so upset about them Utah themselves losing last week and BYU beating Arizona. Like they're hungry. Like,
Right.
It's gonna be a crazy game.
Well, Utah lost last year to BYU, and there was a key holding call in the fourth quarter that would have ended the game. Without that call, it would have ended the game. They would have had Retzlaff in the end zone for a safety, or they had horrible field position, and then there was that holding call. That was like the saving grace for BYU. They had a pretty successful drive. Kicked a field goal, won the game. Utah was ticked. They're out for blood.
It's one of those. There's a video going around of Utah's head coach Whittingham.
Kyle Whittingham,
yeah. Who it's just funny because you see BYU fans are like, oh, we live rent free in Utah's head. So Kyle Whittingham last year was like, it's a disgrace to play in the Big 12. We were so excited to play, and now it doesn't feel like it. They don't even want to play in the Big 12. They're scared of BYU. So it's one of those where it's going to be a good game. First, because it's ranked, first ranked Holy War in a decade. It's like you were saying, Utah's out for blood. They're wanting it. They're wanting that win back, and Utah's playing well. I will say. BYU being at the 15 seed, I think it's deserving because they are 6-0, but I think it's one of the weakest top 15 teams in the country right now.
I agree.
I agree with that.
They haven't really had to play anyone great. And
they don't play Iowa State yet, not Texas Tech yet.
Right. So it's one of those where I would 100% agree with Utah having the 3.5 point spread. But this is a rivalry game. Anything can happen in a rivalry game. It doesn't matter who you are. Let's look back at Texas and Oklahoma this past week. Texas, unranked, beat the number 6. I think they were number 6, Oklahoma. It's a rivalry game. It's just all odds go out the window come rivalry games.
Well, with those odds, what are your predictions? What are your predictions? Who's out on top? I don't even know if I want to do a spread prediction because it's going to be all over the place. I don't even know if I can accurately pinpoint. Like, if I want to even follow the 3.5 spread on Utah, who do we say is coming on top?
Now, here's a question though. Are we allowed to be honest?
Yes. No.
Yes,
please.
please.
No. Please be honest. If you feel Utah, we'll be on top of this game. Say it. What do you say?
Oh, how about Lindsay goes first?
What do you say?
I know.
Lindsay?
I was like,
We'll jump
threw
this
that
time.
right out of the bat. Okay, so we've obviously saw in past BYU games that BYU has been struggling with penalties, like I even said that last episode too. Penalties. It just affects the game. It's very beneficial. And I just think with what you said too, with BYU being such a highly ranked team, they're not that very good. For being highly ranked.
Decent.
They're decent.
They're decent.
But for being like, what was it, an 8 seed or something like that? It's just
15.
15
Yes.
seed.
15.
I just think Utah's going to come out on top. But I do think it will be a close game though. But I don't think it'll be highly scored. I think it'll be more defensive wise.
too.
So I think it's probably going to be about like a 17-14.
Oh, she's throwing
like
a
that.
spread out.
Wow.
I do
I like
like that. That is actually really realistic. We'll go to Austin. I mean, you say you like that. What do you say?
Yeah, so I love the 3.5 point spread. I don't
do
think
too.
it's going to be much more than that. I think it's going to be decided by a field goal.
Yep.
Same as last year. But I do think BYU comes out on top. First, you're playing in LaVell Edwards Stadium. It is one of the most rockin' stadiums in all of college football.
Yep.
Home field advantage is a clear home field advantage. You look back at last year as well. They played at Rice Cycle Stadium. Utah finished 6-6 last year.
Yeah.
It sucked. And they made it a really close game to a really good BYU team. So I think playing home is going to be a really huge factor. And I think that'll pull BYU over the top. Like you were saying, we have to reduce those penalties.
Yeah.
Bear Bachmeyer needs to hold onto the ball. He can't be throwing interceptions. No lost fumbles. It has to be a near perfect game for BYU to even think about winning by more than 3.
Yeah.
But I think it's going to be loud. They're going to force some turnovers, both sides. But I think BYU comes out on top. I like the 14-17. I'm just going to flip
you
it.
just flip
You'll
it.
flip
Yeah.
it. 14-17.
BYU.
It's tough to gauge because BYU's defense is incredible.
Yeah.
They're really incredible, and they kind of struggled against Arizona's defense this last week, and so.
Can I plug real fast?
No, please.
Weather is huge when it comes to that.
That's true. It was raining.
It's not just like your normal tackle. You're trying to tackle someone who's been absolutely drenched by a monsoon that just went over Arizona. So I would like to. The weather is a huge factor, but then again, there were some holes.
And that is a good thing to be aware of because BYU's defense has been dominant this whole season.
Yes.
In every game they've played, and so to see them struggle that bad against Arizona, that is a good take. And so I think with this Utah offense really starting to roll under their new QB, I think again it will be a close game. I'll probably even put it 10-14.
Ooh, I like that.
Wow.
10-14.
Okay, well, that's a,
right.
I think it could really go both ways, but so by BYU fans, don't hate me. I'm gonna say BYU's on top 10, but 14-10. It's gonna be close. It's gonna be close. What do you guys say?
I
Just
firmly
saying.
believe that. I'm gonna copy you.
Oh, okay.
17-14 BYU.
I think so.
No, she said Utah.
Utah.
You say
Utah.
You say
I
Utah.
said Utah.
You say
Yeah,
Utah.
I
Okay.
said Utah.
Okay.
That's why I was like,
sorry.
are we being
14-17.
honest?
Okay. Okay.
I have to agree with Austin. I think BYU is going to come out on top. And yeah, sorry, Lindsay, I got to flip that score.
It's okay.
17-14.
No, that was a good reason though, with just the electric stadium and just all the fans and stuff. That definitely plays a very big factor, especially in college games. I mean, it's like terrifying to play at a home field and like you're just surrounded by so many fans that are just all like screaming at you and just
And LaVell Edwards Stadium is known to be rocking.
Yeah.
The place rocks. Every team they have play their struggles under the noise and the pressure. That the place is insane. And so I think BYU does have a little bit of an advantage, although They are playing Utah, and I'm sure half the stadium will be sold out by Utah. And so,
That's true.
Can I also add
again,
one more thing in
it's
there?
rivalry. You never know.
I'm gonna add more stuff here. All right. I went into a really in-depth analysis. It's actually my episode's coming out tonight. When is this airing?
This is airing Friday.
Okay, yeah. My episode comes out on Tuesday night. So go ahead and listen to that because I went really in depth into this game. But one thing that was talked about by head coach Kalani Sitake, he had a little news conference, and I got to join in on that. He was talking about how of course there are some questions that arise over Jack Kelly. BYU's defense kind of struggled against Arizona because
He was gone.
Jack Kelly was out.
Yep.
Captain, he's your leading voice on the defensive end. He's been practicing with the team. Now we won't have an official status until Wednesday, but practice Monday, plans to practice today. It's looking good. If Jack Kelly's back, I think BYU can go up by more than 3.
Wow, that is a hot take. That's a hot take. I think that's putting a lot of pressure on one guy.
Oh, it is.
That's putting a lot of pressure on.
And you look back at the Arizona game, one guy's out, your entire defense is cooked.
True.
You let a team who's 4-2 score 27 points on you when you've allowed literally like 0 points the rest of the season.
Well, that is an interesting take, and we will see what will happen this weekend. Anything can happen, but there is a huge watch party happening, and they're having it in the Hart Auditorium. It's going to be that big. They're hosting in the Hart Auditorium, so BYUI students go to the Hart Auditorium this weekend. The Holy War is happening. It is big. Cheer for the Cougars away, from being in Rexburg. They're having Cougar Tales again. It's like your own little Lavelle Edwards Stadium here in Rexburg, Idaho. So go check that out. Make sure you don't miss that. Anything can happen. We'll be seeing what happens. Well, we will now turn turn the time over to Hadley. She went to the Spirit Week Rodeo last week. A lot of things happened. Tell us what happened.
Yeah. I love rodeos. I'm just gonna say that right now. I love rodeos. I had so much fun last Wednesday. If you missed it, I'm so sorry. I hope you catch it next year because it was a blast. So last Wednesday we had the Spirit Week Rodeo, and it was a hoot.
Yeah,
a
they got
holler.
like bull riding.
We had bull riding, we had saddle bronc, we had barrel racing, and we had team roping. Those were kind of like the main events. And then more small scale events that had like audience participation. We had tug of war, the cash cows, and my new personal favorite, the cowboy landmine. Did you guys see that?
Fun. I have seen that.
It's so funny. There's 2 rows of people roping, and then they just have people run through. And if you don't get caught, I mean, you win bragging rights, essentially. I don't know if you win a prize.
Don't
but
eat a face full of dirt.
No,
Yes.
they do. Yeah.
Oh, it was
I think
hilarious.
one lady in the spring, she shuffled her feet. She shuffled her feet to keep from getting caught. That was against the rules, but she made it through. Everyone lost their mind, but
It was hilarious. There's people just like leaping in the air, trying to jump over the ropes. I thought it was hilarious.
I love the cash cow though. You see like these. You see
yeah,
when they
I was
have
about
like
to say
the
that.
women go out there and they're
So
chasing these.
competitive.
They're chasing these cows with money, literally taped to them, and they get trucked by the cow. Now it's not like a bull, right? And so
It's a
it's a
steer.
little safer, but it's a steer, and it still could hurt getting trucked
Yeah.
by a steer.
There
Wait.
was
I have a question.
Yeah.
How much money would you guys if a certain amount of money was tethered onto like a cow or a bull? How much would you be willing to do it?
$1.
I agree.
I'd do it for a quarter.
$20 is $20. I mean, that's not even a hard $20.
I mean, $1 is $1.
If you're talking
That's
a bull
true.
though, I might.
I might say
Oh.
$50 for that one.
I might up the price.
Wait, a
do it for a
bull?
pickle.
I think I would run away from it.
You do it for a pickle. That's dangerous.
I would not.
Pickle.
Absolutely not.
Bulls are dangerous. That's so much fun. Yeah.
You
That's
guys said
great.
$1. I was about to say like $100 because I would just be embarrassed the entire time trying to
Yeah.
tackle the cow and try to get the money.
That's
I
true.
would just be embarrassed.
It was a sold out event though, right? It
Yeah,
was
oh my gosh, it
thousands
was
and
packed.
thousands of students.
It was packed. Because
And then
really the rodeo itself was pretty small. There wasn't like a ton of events, but the crowd was crazy. There were so many people there. It
Yeah.
just made
Sold
it so
out.
much better.
and they had country dancing in the
Yeah, right after,
That's so
right in the
fun.
arena, they had country dancing.
Yeah.
There was a DJ and everything, and then they had fireworks right after country
Oh,
dancing.
they had fireworks.
So yeah, it was a big event.
sick.
It was amazing.
It's amazing. Well,
Go.
nothing beats Spirit Week here at
No.
BYU Idaho. They always have a lot of fun events.
It's so much fun.
Well, that's it for Scroll Sidelines this week. We thank you for watching and tune in next week every Friday to see the show. Again, we got Addie Dyer, Hadley Seaman, Harrison Kelly, Lindsay Belknap, and we've got special guest Austin Pace. Don't forget to go check out Pace's Playbook on Instagram. You have a YouTube as well, right?
Instagram, YouTube, Spotify, X. I'm on all your major platforms.
Anything for college sports, check it out there. We're grateful to have him on the show. Make sure to check out BYUI Scroll on Instagram. Don't forget to follow so you don't miss anything that happens with Scroll. Also go check out stories at byuiscroll.org. Thanks for watching.